Well, I think a big part of the challenge is really making these people more aware of the opportunities. There's so much technology out there that can really help small and large businesses, all sizes. To make people aware of the technology, the next challenge is what can you do to help them become more familiar with it? And there, what we found successful is when you have workshops. Bring those people in, give them a chance to actually experiment with the technology, to be trained in it, and then encourage them to try it in their own environments, at their own places of business. Don't aim too big initially, aim a little bit smaller, and try to really show how you can take advantage of these technologies. I think a lot of times people are perhaps a little bit concerned that some of these technologies that have the advantage, the possibility of really advancing productivity, might displace jobs. And all that's true in one sense, it also creates many other types of jobs. And these jobs tend to be higher in the value chain. So then what we need to do is, again, educate people, tell them, look, don't see this as a threat, but see it as an opportunity for you to go after a job that requires higher skills, pays better wages, and have yield greater value to your company and to society. There also tend to be more intellectually interesting jobs. It can really excite people, especially the youth of today, who need to go out there and see how they can contribute. So I think a large part of it is really explaining to people that these technologies are not only interesting to use, but even exciting and create huge opportunities to develop. Doing that, I think people embrace this kind of digitalization technology as part of their future. And so, for example, one of the technologies we're developing, something called Voltron, that allows you to bring the power of digitalization to your building, to your factory. It's something that you can retrofit into an existing factory or building without having to put in a large capital outlay. And you can start immediately benefiting from it. So I think part of what we have to do is explain to people there's opportunities here where you can take advantage of this technology with a small investment. Just reach out to the right type of partners, work with them to understand what you need for your business and how you can adapt some of this technology to make sense. Once you do that, then that's what you see is you see people benefiting from basically identifying small wins early. See where I can get a small win here, perhaps achieve a little bit of a victory there. And people start understanding that, and you start gaining the experience with the technology. You also start seeing how it can benefit your bottom line, make you more productive, and then you can start moving on to perhaps more sophisticated technologies that may require larger investments. But I think what we have to do is convince people that the barrier to entry is not as high as many people think. You can actually jump in with simpler technologies. So one of the things we're trying to do is work with companies of all sizes, but in particular smaller companies that really don't have the resources for major investments, and show them how they can benefit from Industry 4.0 and the digitalization of technology.